Carita Parks with Bowie TV. It is week 1 of the regular season, and the Baltimore Ravens are set to kick things off on Thursday night against the Kansas City Chiefs in what is being dubbed as a rematch of the AFC Championship game. The sentiment this week has pretty much been, it's a new season. So yes, we know what happened last year. We're aware of it, but we have to focus on this upcoming game against the Chiefs being game 1 of the regular season, because at this point, things start right back over. Now that this 53-man roster is set, it is a good mix of veterans, but there's also a lot of youth on this roster. When talking to General Manager DeCosta, he said that's what he likes about the roster that he constructed, and that he sees the Ravens' future being bright because they want to bring some of these young guys back. Here's more from DeCosta.
Derrick, on paper, what do you like about the roster that you constructed?
We got a lot of guys that love the game. They play hard, relentless. The camaraderie is great. The culture is awesome. These guys really get along well together. And we have a lot of really good young players. And we're going to have more challenges because looking out, in the next couple of years, starting after this season, we're going to have some really, really good players that we can extend. And it's going to be challenging, but we're going to try to do it because we're going to try to keep, I think I said this back in 2019, we're going to try to keep as much of our young talent here in Baltimore as we can. We can't do it all the time, but that's a mission that we have. And I love that we have so many good young players. And, they just keep emerging, and we keep seeing these guys develop in our training staff and strength and conditioning staff and our coaches. They do a great job taking young players and helping them be the very best that they can be. And it's great in one way, but in the other way, it's hard because we can't keep every single player, but we're going to try to keep as many guys as we can this way.
Speaking of youth, the offensive line is maybe one of the biggest unknowns going into this game against the Chiefs. There's a lot of youth on that offensive line. They lost a lot of their veterans last season. So the question will be, can this offensive line hold their own against that Chiefs defense? Todd Monken, he said that he believes in those guys and he thinks that they can.
I feel real good about those guys. First off, every one of them that, besides Andrew at left guard, those guys have been with us, and Andrew was with us last year. So they've had a great offseason, a great camp. So we're real comfortable with them playing. Excited to see them play.
The offensive line will have their work cut out for them, but so will Lamar Jackson, who's looking to lead this team to a win. He hasn't had as much success against the Chiefs when it comes to other opponents. But of course, the question is going to come up, is revenge on his mind? But Jackson said it doesn't matter who he's playing. He's always looking at every game, whether they won or lost, as a revenge game. Here's more from Jackson.
Any game I play, and I feel like it's a revenge game, so I'm not just going to look at this game like a revenge game. Anybody we play, no matter if we beat them or lost to them previous years, I just want to win.
All in all, the Ravens know the challenge that lies ahead, especially being the first team to kick off the NFL season. It's a Thursday night game. It is in Kansas City with their crowd. But Derrick Henry, who we're all waiting to see how him and Lamar pan out and what they can do on the field together, Derrick Henry said, although it's going to be a hostile environment and they're expecting that, that's also what you want to kick off the NFL season.
They're getting the first game at night. Them coming off a Super Bowl, they're being at home at Arrowhead, but the environment's going to be loud. It's going to be hostile. That's what you want. Especially on opening night. Everybody watching the first game of the year to kick off the 2024 season. So I'm excited. It's going to be fun, so I'm looking forward to it.
This is Carita Parks with Bowie TV. This has been your Ravens Rundown. Be sure to follow us at Bowie TV Sports for all your Ravens content. And we'll have more on Thursday night after that game against Kansas City.